Before we talk about real estate, we want to start with real life because that's where everything actually begins. We're moms, wives, friends, business owners, and women navigating busy seasons just like everyone else. And this first half is exactly that. It's a catch up, a check in, and a chance to get to know us as people before professionals. Before we talk about real estate, we want to talk about real life. My name is Ashley.
I'm Avery.
I'm Riley.
I'm Amanda.
And we are the 417 Homegirls. Okay, so this is our first episode. How are we feeling?
Feeling good, a little nervous, but it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
very nervous.
Nervous.
I know. Okay, so we're all super nervous, but you guys, we have to get out of our comfort zone. I know we've been wanting to do this. I've personally been wanting to do this for like over a year, and we're finally here. So we got to do this. All right, so we're just going to get started with introducing each other, just kind of getting to know each other so that you all listening can get to know us as well. My name is Ashley Johnson, and I am 43. I almost said 34. I'm 43, and I am from Nixa, Missouri. I was born and raised there, and I am married. I've been married. It'll be 10 years this year, and we have a 5.5-year-old, and his name is Liam, and he is just amazing. So you're going to hear lots of fun stories about him. And before real estate, I was an elementary school teacher. I taught second and third grade. I taught 8 years in Florida and then 6 years here in Springfield. And then once Liam was born, I was like, got to do something else. That's another story for another day. But got into real estate, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now, and I absolutely love it. And mom life right now, so we're all moms. That's something really cool. I think about each of us that, and we all have different ages of kids and how many kids we each have. That's really cool. We'll talk about that too. But for mom life right now, for me, it's basically controlled chaos. It's a calendar full of reminders, a lot of snacks, constantly switching hats between mom and business owner, but it's a season that I'm really, really grateful for. So, and I'm just really happy to be here with you guys.
Aw.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here with you.
Yes.
This wouldn't be possible without you.
Oh, well, here we are.
Yeah, finally doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Avery. I am a 25-year-old mama to the sweetest little toddler boy. I am also married, and I am born and raised in Springfield and a little town just north of Springfield, and that's where I spent a lot of my childhood. Prior to doing real estate, I actually had like a few different things I bounced between doing, but I ended up going to welding school, and I worked as a welder for about a year, and then I got pregnant with my son, and I could no longer weld, and so I went back to working at the credit union I was working at before, and I had a focus in credit counseling, and that was what I was doing until I had my son, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. And a few months later, I started working doing social media for Ashley, and she really pushed me to get my real estate license, and so here we are. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. And being a mom is it's fun. It's somewhat overwhelming at times, but it's definitely rewarding, and I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So
Is it my turn? Okay, my name is Amanda. I'm 38, and I am from Willard, Missouri. I'm married to my best friend, which is cliche, but it's very true. Very happily married. I have 5 kids. Before doing real estate, I was a photographer, still a photographer. Let's see.
Best one at that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
have a client here.
Lifelong client.
I got into real estate about a year and a half ago and decided to join Ashley's team like 6 months ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She's a photo client of mine, and I just was really inspired by her, so decided to hop on her team. Motherhood for me looks very chaotic, a little bit crazy, because I have a 4-year-old all the way up to a 19-year-old. So I'm kind of needed in different ways by different kiddos. I go from wiping butts to like giving life advice and kind of just worrying and praying all the time for my older kids. So I put that motherhood feels like whiplash in the best way.
Yeah.
I love it.
My name is Riley. I am 20. What year is it? I'm 25, right? Yeah, I'm 25. I'm about to turn 26. Oh, goodness. All my kids are young, so mom brain. I am actually from about an hour south of Springfield. I now live in Nixa. I moved here. My husband's from here, so I moved in with him when we got married. I have 3 kids under 5, so life for me is kind of crazy right now. I love it. Every day is full of something. And before real estate, I was actually a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist for 7 or 8 years. And I was actually on like my third house that I had bought. And my real estate agent just looked at me and was like, you should be a real estate agent. You've done this enough. I was like, okay. And so I just went for it.
And here we are. And again, here we are.
And you're the newest member.
I
of
am.
417 Home Collective.
Yeah, I had my license before, and then I went inactive when I was pregnant with my youngest. And I was like, I'm just going to be a stay-at-home mom. But sometimes working is a relief from being momming.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, you guys. I salute stay-at-home moms because, you know, when you're younger, you're like, oh, I want to stay at home. I'd love to stay at home with my kids. But in reality, when it really
It's
set
so
in for
hard.
me, and this is obviously just me, but I have to have, you know, I have to be, it's hard. I salute moms. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is a
Yes.
full-time job. And it's hard to also work and try to stay at home with
Yeah.
your child, as Avery is trying to learn right now. It's hard. And I salute stay-at-home moms because I could not, and cannot do it. So
Especially when you have like multiple kids, I feel like
Yeah.
they are a job in itself. Like every day is full of like appointments and then nap times, lunch times, snack, like whatever it may be. And then in the evening, it's like practices or games or things like that. So it's always like sometimes when I'm working on top of it, I'm like, where does work come in? Or vice versa.
where does
Yeah.
me come in?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
And that's what I feel like for me too. Like it's like kind of an escape. Like when I go to work, it's something for me. It's something
Right.
that I feel accomplished with. I mean, you know, taking your child is something that I think just comes. It's obviously just a natural thing for moms, but it's something, I don't know. It fills my bucket to do something for myself and bringing something into my family and showing him how, you know, how hard mommy works.
And it makes you like a better mom. I feel like whenever you
Yeah.
get to like go and be ambitious and do things that are
Right.
fulfilling to you, then you can come home and be
Yes.
a better mom, at least for me.
Yes, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like for snow days. Oh,
Yeah. Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
both of us were like, go back to
Yeah,
school.
they've got to get out of here.
And then I can't wait to pick them up today from
Yeah,
school. You
right.
know,
Right.
like that.
Immediately when
you
they're gone,
do,
yeah.
you do.
I think the great thing also about this is like you get to learn so much, and like being in real estate, you truly do learn something new. We've talked about this so many times, all of us have. You truly learn something new every single day. And when you're staying at home with your kid, like you're talking, like for me, I talk to a 2.5-year-old all day. So like
Yeah.
I love him to pieces. He's so smart. It's so fun watching him grow. But at the same time, I'm like, I need something that's like working my brain. Like,
Yeah.
other than testing my patience, I need to be learning about something or like challenging myself in some way, or else I just feel like I just like get so burnt out if I'm not like learning. And that's
Right.
the great thing about real estate is you're constantly learning. It's not, you know, a monotonous job at all. It's you're constantly learning and things are always changing. So I love it.
Love it. Okay, so we're going to kind of this first part's going to be we're just going to dive right in and ask some questions just to kind of just open convo time, catching up with the girls. So the first thing I want to ask you guys, so speaking of motherhood, like what has been like the most surprised thing about motherhood? It could be where you're at now in your journey, where you were as a new mama. So like what kind of things have you learned that was different than what I guess you expected motherhood would be like?
Right now for me, all of my kids, so I have a 5-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, and a 10-month-old. And so they're all little, but they're all getting into new stages. And our third, I'm like 99% sure she's our last baby. And so when they're stepping into new roles, like my 5-year-old started kindergarten, she's like the one that made me a mama. So like, she's never going to be in kindergarten again. Like, I don't know, all the new steps, they're so exciting, but it's so surprising, like how sad I get about things and how emotional I get about it. My youngest, my daughter, she's 10 months old, and like she's feeding herself and things like that. I'm like, she's not going to need me. They're pretty much going to be out of the house. Like, I'm so like, that's surprising for me how like emotional I am. Like,
It's bittersweet.
yeah.
It's definitely
and like,
bittersweet. Yeah.
yeah. Like you don't realize like all the little things, like it's the last moment they're going to do them. And I'm like, a mess over here. I'm like, why am I like this?
What happened with me, I think, because we know we were only going to have Liam, and so we only have one, and I knew I wasn't going to have another. So the hardest, I think, looking back, has been the bottle.
Right.
Like, that was the hardest. Like, this is going to be his last bottle. Like, that I'm holding him and giving him a bottle weird. And now I don't know when's the last time I'm going to be able to pick him up because he's so tall. He's almost 50 pounds. He's more than half the size of me. So I'm like, and I still will pick him up, but I'm like, there's going to be a day.
That's a trend on TikTok. Right
Yeah,
now.
I just
Really?
seen
Didn't
it.
realize
Yeah.
it was the last time.
Yeah.
I just
you could
seen
hold
that.
them in your arms or
And they,
something
like-
like that. Yeah.
They come up and they like ask their kid like, "Can I hold you?" And they're like 10 years old, and
Yeah.
like they sit there and hold. And I watched one, and it was like heartbreaking
You'll just
because
sob.
they were both crying, and it was like so sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That happened. I was watching that trend like 2 nights ago, and I was crying on the couch. My husband just looks over at me. He's like, "Why are you crying?" And I showed it to him. He's like, "You're ridiculous. Get it together."
Crying
and I'm
about
like,
don't understand.
"I need to go pick up all of our kids."
Well, not to like make it worse because I have teenagers, so like I'm like past that point with some of my kids. But like the most surprising thing for me is people warn you about like the newborn stage and like toddlers having fits and how those are like the hardest parts of motherhood. But to me, it's when they're teenagers. Like I have honestly struggled so much once my kids are teens because when they're little and they have some kind of issue, it's like something you can fix. If they're having a fit, there's a solution and you can fix it and you're kind of like the hero for that. But whenever you have teenagers and they're going through like big real life emotions and they don't want your help, or even if they do, they're still kind of pushing you away, or you just simply can't fix it because they're going through like almost like adult real life things. It's just really hard. And that was surprising for me because once you make it past the newborn stage and like the toddler fits, like, oh, this is going to be smooth sailing. No.
You have like 2 years of that.
I've never been more like worried as a mom or like stressed than when they were teenagers. And I have really good teenagers. Like they're not wild. They don't go out and do anything crazy, but they still like, they go through heartache. They go through like just real life, like big things that they have to figure out on their own. And you can't fix it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
Got
hard.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
I've heard that from like especially my mother-in-law. She told me like, you know, the hardest. My husband was she always tells me he was an easy kid. He was so easy, you know.
Yeah.
He was just so easy. He did his schoolwork. He didn't like hang out with like the wrong crowd or anything. But then, you know, they go through these like trials and, you know, everything like that you went through growing up, but now you're having to like navigate it for them.
It's so
horrible.
hard. Yeah.
That makes me like relish in the toddler stage. Like he throws a tantrum.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, at least you're not like your
not
girlfriend
out.
didn't break up with
Yeah,
you. or
you're not
something.
heartbroken or you're out
Right.
driving at
Yeah.
night or whatever. Just it's kind of scary,
That's tough.
but rewarding.
Yeah.
Because then you have a bond with them though that's like more of a friendship than you do with like your younger kids. So like I love the connection I have with my teenagers, and it is a lot of fun. So not that it's all scary, but it's just it's hard in a different way.
Yeah.
Already, guys. Okay, so moving in a different direction, and this could be with your family, your kids, but what is just thinking about one thing that you're proud of lately? It could be big, it could be small. So just thinking of one thing. So for me, number one, we're here. I mean, I'm super proud. Like, if you would have asked me a year ago, are you going to have a real estate team? Are you going to be starting a podcast? No. I've always wanted to start the podcast, but like with Avery, when she was working with me before, we kind of talked about it, but it just never came to fruition. And it's something that's been in the back of my mind. But I think I'm just so proud that we're here. We're doing this. We were nervous. We have no idea how it's going to go,
Right.
but we showed up. We showed up. And I love like that we all get along so well, and we have different personalities, but we're all very chill, and I'm just so thankful. Honestly, I'm really, really proud that we're here today. So that's mine. It's not super huge, but right now in my life, I'm super proud that we're here today.
I want to say I think that's huge because we would not, for you, it might not seem like something huge because you've been thinking about it for a while, but to us, like, this has changed at least my life. And like, I can probably I can see it in both us three. This is a big deal for us. Like,
You're gonna make me cry.
I mean, I'm
Y'all are gonna
serious.
learn I'm a sappy.
We'll
me and
cry
Amanda.
together.
Yeah.
They'll cry, we'll watch. No, I'm kidding. I'll
And
cry.
then there'll be the random moment where Riley's over there bawling. You guys are like,
What happened?
Something's really
it just
wrong.
depends. Like, we all know, like, hormones come into play. So there is like 2 days of the month where I am emotional if you catch me on one of those days. And then
Don't
my
catch
husband's
one of
like,
those days.
Today, one of
We're
those
just
days.
gonna
actually, yes, I was crying last night.
Friends.
like I seen so and so
Mom
and they
life.
looked sad and I couldn't help them. Like I don't know. It's so
I cry at strangers all the time.
Yeah, I was
If
saying, I'm
they
more
cry,
likely
I
to cry at other people
Yeah.
than like anything that's going on
Yeah.
with me. I'm like a painfully strong empath. So like if
Same.
I hear, like whenever you were telling a story the other day and Ashley and I
Oh,
looked
yeah.
at each other and we were like it was like taking everything I
Tears
had
over
not
here,
to
like
sob.
smiling, and it's like the worst story of my
When
life.
we were talking about our lives growing up.
Yep, that's
We
terrible.
were like, oh my gosh. And then just the tears.
She's like, la-da-dee, da-da-dee.
Yeah.
But something I'm really proud of. Sorry, gonna
No, you're
steer
Take
it back.
Go, girl.
Is something along the same lines, but also like getting out of my comfort zone to do something new. And like, I feel like new real estate agents or anyone really doing anything new or trying to push to the next level of their business, sometimes you get that like imposter syndrome feeling. You're like, do I know what I'm doing? Am I qualified for this? Like,
Yeah.
or even just in life, like as a mom, as a wife, as like a friend, like, am I like doing this because I'm good at it or am I just like faking it? Like all of those things. So I'm just really proud that I just kept pushing forward. Like I went back and reactivated my license in a really busy season of life. Like,
I know when you told me, I'm like, girl, are you sure you're ready? She's like, I have a
Right.
9-month-old. I'm ready. I'm like, are you sure?
yeah, and that was one of my reasonings stating I'm ready. Like I'm out of the newborn trenches and I'm
Yeah.
done having
Yeah.
babies. Like, so I'm ready. And it's just like pushing myself, like we were talking earlier, it's just so good for my mental health and like me as a mom and a wife to feel useful outside of home. So that's something I'm really proud of because like with new things, there comes like fear and expectations, like rejection, all of the things. So that's the biggest thing I'm proud of is that I just kept going because I knew I wanted to do it. And like I was talking crazy nonsense to my husband about, I need to do something. Let me go back to school to be a doctor. He's like, Riley, that's 10 years of school.
Doctor.
I was like, I can do
So
it.
like me, I'm always trying to go back to school for
Amanda
something.
has
I
a
don't-
million hobbies.
Yeah.
Riley wants to be a
No,
doctor.
I have a bajillion hobbies too.
a lot of side jobs.
Same.
Yeah.
So he's like, we just paid off school debt. You're not going back to school to be a doctor. He's like, if you want to go into real estate to pay for your doctor's school, you can do that. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I'll just go back to being a real estate agent. I love that too.
I am, one thing I am proud of lately is I had my first house go under contract 2 weeks ago.
So exciting.
Yeah, very
So
exciting. I got my real estate license in June of 2025 and had a big health setback with my seizure and something I was completely unexpected. And so that kind of set me back for a little bit. But with Ashley's motivation and my perseverance a few months later, I finally, hard work does pay off. And that's just a part of my story, as Ashley always says. It's a part of your story.
Right.
So I had my first house go under contract, and I'm very excited about that. So
Here comes the ball. It's going to start.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
It's
for
like
it.
a snowball.
I hope it's a steep hill.
Yeah, I feel like everything
It never
happens for a reason.
It never ends. Someone's pushing it up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I
Right.
think, with you having that seizure, it was so scary. And I remember thinking like, okay, like we just you have to give her time.
Yeah.
And then, but I knew it's like, which way is she going to go? Is she, And I was like, let me see.
It's just a testament to like how much of a hard worker to like to persevere through all of that. So
I saw a lot of me and you. I was like, she's a go-getter. She's going to
think
do
so?
awesome. Well, yeah.
That makes me feel really good because I think you're a hustler in the best way. Like, I think you just like go and get it and do it.
Yeah.
You don't even think twice about it. You're like, I think I'm going to do this. And like the next day you'll be like, so I did it. And I'm like, well, you barely even talked about it. And you're like, well, I already
Sometimes
did
that
it.
bites
That's
me.
me.
Though.
Yeah.
Like your condo, you were just talking about your condo, and then
You
I saw your
guys
saw your
Facebook
post.
post. I'm like, she's getting that condo.
I'm the same
Let me
way.
get out there, you guys. I will have a condo on the beach. Maybe I have
love
to
it.
really
Manifest
dig deep.
it.
I'm trying,
Manifest it.
guys. It might be an expensive mistake, but
Hey,
No.
do you need
We'll
a business
all-
partner?
Yeah, she's like, we'll all help you. We'll go in on this so that we can
Please
use
do.
it.
I'm such
What about you, Amanda? What are you proud of?
I think I'm proud of everything I'm juggling right now as a mom of 5 kids because I have kids in like really stressful seasons. Like one just graduated and he's applying for a bunch of stuff for college and has like all these auditions and just things going on all the time that I need to be present for. And then my next oldest son is a freshman in high school and he's involved in so many things, speech and debate. He does theater. So it's just like I need to be so many places. And then I have little kids who need me. And then I just took on this new career. And so I think I'm most proud of just juggling it all. And it's so far I'm doing pretty good. Like
Yes,
I don't
you're
feel
killing it.
overwhelmed. I'm like staying really on top of everything and I'm still there for my family like I want to be, which is what I really love about this career is you can kind of make your own hours and you get to prioritize what you want and still be able to have like a good client experience. So I'm proud of just kind of staying on top of everything and being present at home too.
I love that.
Yeah. And
As you should be.
I always like, my husband was telling me, sorry, I'm going to say that a ton because like I only see him, you guys, and my kids.
My husband's my only friend, so I can relate. It's fine. Well, besides you guys.
Thanks.
It's fine. But he was telling me last night, he's like, a busy life is a fun life. So like you talking about that, like everyone how busy, a busy life is a fun life. That's when you get to meet new people, like and being in so many different areas and make so many different connections. Like that just makes your life meaningful and like,
But I could see how it could be stressful too. Because if
Right.
you want, you have to be present for every, you know, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
So I think you're rocking it.
Thank you.
Because man, you answer that text so quick. I'm
Oh,
like, this
I'm
girl,
on it.
she's on it. I love it.
Send it to her.
So what is one thing that feels heavy for you guys right now? I know there's a lot going on in our world and we don't have to get into any of that, of course, but like it could be in your personal life or just anything that feels heavy, if anything, in your life right now.
For me right now, it's comparison. And I always say this and I always speak it out loud. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I say it a lot because I have to remind myself. But when you see other agents who started at the same time as you, or even like other people on your team, it's really hard not to compare yourself to those people. Like you have said to me many times, Ashley, you don't know what season of life they're in. You are in a different season of life than they are. They could have nothing going on and you could have a million things going on. Comparison is always going to be the thief of joy. And I just like have to keep reminding myself of that. But it weighs so heavy on me when I see these like what I would consider very successful people being successful. And then, you know, I have one house under contract, but it's a season. The ball is rolling. So
And you just started.
Yeah.
right.
Like you just started. Like I made that post the other day and it's so true. Like I loved it part where it said, you know, you can't compare your first season to someone's 10th season.
Right.
Or your, you know, and everybody's like, I mean, all of us are in such different seasons of life. And, you know, you're basically a stay-at-home mom. And how can you be, you know, doing all these things and going out and going door knocking and doing all these things that, you know, some of these top producers do or, you know, and again, you have to have clients to build your clientele. You have to build your clientele first.
Right.
And then you work on the other end. So you're going to get there. You're in the new season. You're in the new season of real estate. And I promise you guys just keep grinding because most real estate agents after, you know, first year, they say, peace out.
Yep.
Right.
Peace out, Girl Scout. I'm
This
out.
isn't enough. No, it's
So-
enough.
It will be. It will be. If you want it, it will be.
But it's just the different stages my kids are at and feeling adequate enough for as a mom because my daughter's really, how would you say it? Like ahead, I guess, for her age. And she's like in a gifted program at school. Like she's just very ahead. They asked if she wanted to be like go up a level. And I was like, no, she's tiny. She's young. No. But then my son has a chromosomal abnormality and he's like autistic. They said he might be nonverbal, like all these things. So we're in therapy. He's like 4 hours a day. He goes to he just aged out of a bunch of things. So it's like a whole, like right now is a big transition for him going into like special education, different therapies, like just different things like that. And it's like, oh, it's so hard as a mom because it's like, oh, growing up like and being in high school and things like you seen people get made fun of and things like that. And you just want to shelter your kids from that so much and give them the best chance they have at life to be successful. Give them all the tools they can. So when you have a special needs child, it's like, am I doing enough? Am I giving him enough? Or am I making it harder for him? Like, and there's like, you don't know until it's done.
Right.
But that's a hard thing that I've been going through. I'm finally like on the up with it. Like, I feel like I'm mentally okay for the first few weeks of like transitioning his therapies, like out of what he had been in to special education and things of that nature. I was a whole mess, but now we're on the up, hopefully. Yeah. And he's talking a lot more and everything's doing great, but that's heavy for me.
I feel like if you're like just hearing you talk about it and hearing how worried you are, I think that you're doing exactly what you think you aren't. Like you are doing so good, Grace.
I know.
Always.
Yeah. And like what you said about your son and like people maybe making fun of him, like I think about that because I have a son with autism too, but like they find their people because whenever I subbed at Graham's school, I was like, nobody probably wants to play with him because he's quirky and kind of just like, he plays kind of eccentric, you know, but like they find their people. He was playing with a bunch of other quirky kids and like it just warmed my heart because I was like, oh, we found his people. You know, there's somebody for everybody. So he'll find his little friends that think a little bit differently just like he does. And then you don't have to worry as much.
Okay, are we ready for rapid questions before we move on to the real estate talk? Okay, so this is just going to be super quick. Okay, it's called rapid fire. All right, so what is your coffee order right now? Amanda, go.
I really like the coffee from the Casey's gas station.
Okay.
That's
Shout
my favorite.
out Casey's.
That's my favorite coffee. Yes, it's the hazelnut.
Okay. Do you put anything in it?
Yeah, I do put 2 pumps of like the hazelnut creamer.
Okay.
But that's my favorite. It's better than Seven Brew, Starbucks,
Love
all of it.
I love that, Amanda.
Avery, what about you?
Anything maple or brown sugar, and I love espresso, and I love the flavor of coffee, specifically espresso. So, maple or brown sugar for sure.
Awesome. Riley.
I usually make my coffee at home. So usually 2 shots of espresso, some heated up creamer and some milk. And that's it.
So I'm not a coffee drinker. The smell used to repulse me. I couldn't even walk down that aisle in the grocery store. Like I could not. It smelled so bad. But I'm learning. But it has to be like, you know, a lot of creamer with a splash of coffee. Is how I
So like a shake or something like that.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Coffee milk.
Coffee milk.
All right. Morning routine or chaos? Riley.
Routine.
Avery.
Routine, but it's not a necessity. I'm very type A about most things, but I'm type B about it. Like I don't have to have a routine, but I like a routine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm definitely routine. It's chaos. It's a chaos
it's
routine.
a chaotic routine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
What about you, Amanda?
Definitely a routine, but it's a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is one thing you've completely let go of since becoming a mom? Amanda.
Perfection. Like my older 3 boys were such easy kids and they would wear whatever I told them. They'd let me fix their hair. They looked perfect all the time. It was really important to me. And then I had my last 2 children and that flew out the window because they had opinions. They fought me about everything. They look just like wild, homeless children every day. And so I had to just be like, okay, it's okay if they're wearing character light up shoes. It will be okay.
Yeah. I love that. Mine would be control. And I've just learned that you just can't plan everything. You know, everything you want, you just can't plan it. But kids will humble you fast. So letting go of control brought a lot more peace in my life. Just letting that routine in the morning. I mean, I am trying not to give my child anxiety by saying, we got to get out the door. Brush your teeth. We got to go.
Yeah.
But man, yeah. So control, definitely. What about you?
Definitely letting what people think about me affect me in any way, shape, or form. Especially more so in a negative way, and just not, allowing that to have any control over me. I think being a mom changed my whole perspective, whether that was on like my own body, my career, my relationships with people. I have a much deeper appreciation for myself and less of an appreciation of, negative opinions and comments. So, yeah.
So something I've let go of is like that mental to-do list or your mental schedule you make that you don't tell anyone else about. It's just there. I'm very like type A and routine based. So with kids that kind of changes, or like people getting sick or someone calling me like, hey, I need you to go do this today. And like you have someone in the car seat, like you just got to go with the flow a little bit more. So if something's come up in the day and I need to change something, if my mental to-do list I didn't tell anyone else about is not done for the end of the day, I let it go. I don't let it ruin my night. I don't let it like carry over to the next day of like anxiety or worry. So just being a lot more go with the flow and like adaptable.
I need to implement that in my life.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't think that came until the 3rd child though.
Man.
Yeah.
I
2
need
more
to
to
hear
go.
that.
One thing you're still working on giving yourself grace with.
Okay, definitely As we've joked about, I have a lot of side jobs. I like to be busy. And I think that's something I'm trying to work on because I definitely attach my worth to my productivity. If I'm not making money or doing something to help somebody or just being physically busy, like I feel worthless. I feel like I have to be doing something all the time, constantly. And so that is something I'm trying to work on because I do burn myself out. And so I'm trying to realize it's okay to rest and to only maybe just be great at one thing. And I don't have to tackle and take on every little thing that is presented to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Wow.
Work in progress.
That is me to a T. For me, it's my mom guilt, like especially the pressure to do everything perfectly. Like, I don't know if that's society trying to put that on me. Am I doing the right thing? Is my kid eating red dye? Is it like there's so much pressure from, I think, just society that I have this mom guilt. Like, you guys, we have not even really gone on vacation away from Liam. Like, the mom guilt of leaving him or any little thing. But I'm really trying to give myself grace with that because, I'm learning that good enough, with love really is enough. So I'm just, that mom guilt I'm trying to let that go. I'm trying to give myself grace with some of that stuff.
I feel that. He's obsessed with you though, so I think
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
The feeling is mutual.
I know that. Yeah.
Unhealthy, maybe. I don't know. But
It's good.
I saw a TikTok that said, isn't it so weird that when you're learning something new, you feel so dumb before you're wise? When you start working out, you feel weak before you feel strong. And I've implemented that. I keep thinking about that over and over again. I have begun to stop feeling so stupid for learning new things, especially when it comes with real estate. So I've given myself a lot of grace with that. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, and I just keep telling myself it's okay to not know everything. You will learn it. So I love that. You feel so dumb before you become wise because your mind really gets open to all the things that you don't know. And so I've just told myself it's okay if you don't know it. You will get there and you will learn it.
And I always say, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
I always say that. I love it.
So
Don't
always
know.
you don't know what you don't know. So don't,
You'll get there.
Yeah. Giving myself grace. That's a hard one. It's something I need to work on for sure, just in general, about life, about how I am to other people, how I talk, just in general. I just need to give myself grace. I don't really have a specific thing because I just feel like I'm really hard on myself, or I don't really, how do I say this? I'm so busy, or I'm just so I'm always thinking about everyone else. I don't really stop and think about what I'm being hard on myself about. So.
Well, giving yourself grace is a very good one.
Yeah,
that's
just
important.
in general.
You taking care of yourself is so important.
So that's just one thing. That's the thing I'm working on is in general.
We got your back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
We'll support sure. All right. So we're just going to move straight on into the second part of our podcast. So this is this is real life for us, you guys. And it's important to say that out loud because real estate decisions, they don't happen inside of a vacuum. They happen in the middle of busy schedules, school drop-offs, growing families, career changes, and big life transitions. So for this second half of this episode, we really want to talk about how perspective shapes the way we approach real estate. So we're just going to briefly talk about I know we kind of talked about this before, but is there anything, I guess we did talk about it, what we did before. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we can all right. So let's think about what made you get into real estate. What made you? Go ahead.
I'll go first because there's one word for that, and that's Ashley. Ashley is who made me get into real estate. No, Ashley helped my husband and I buy our first home, and that's how we met. And about a year after we bought our home, I reached out to Ashley, and I was like, do you need help with social media? Honestly, on a complete whim, because I had zero experience doing anything with social media.
That's great. That's a true fake it till you make it moment, and you're making it.
Which
So-
surprises me because you're so good at it. I would have thought that you had background in it.
Well, I think Ashley had a lot of systems set in place that helped me, start out, and then I was able to use those to grow off of there. But I literally had no experience doing it at all. And I was like 4 months postpartum, and I was like in the trenches of postpartumhood. Like, I mean, like in the trenches. And I was like, I remember like one day I like talked to my husband. I was like, I think I'm just going to ask Ashley if she needs help with social media. Like, I'm sure she's got something going. So like, I'll just hop on and help her. And at the time you didn't need any help. But then like, I think like a month or two later, it was not long. You reached back out to me and you were like, hey, I think I'm in a place where I need help. And then I began working with her, and, you know, I worked with Ashley for a year, and then I got a lot of encouragement from her to then get my license. And thankfully I did, because then I got my license, and that's how I'm here today. So, and not just doing social media, but also doing real estate stuff, which is so fun. So
Okay, so the honest reason why I've always wanted to get into real estate, which again, it's not like as cliche as like, I just like looking at houses. But whenever I was younger, my mom and I would watch House Hunters and like everything on HGTV.
Oh, yes.
And as you guys know, I'm very theatrical. I like to make like funny videos and stuff. And so we made videos of House Hunters, and I got to be the real estate agent. And I just like really loved it. And I always said like, I really love real estate. Like, I want to do that. It looked fun. But then I ended up going, you know, I'm also like artistic, you know, I went into photography, but it was always kind of like in the back of my mind that I would do real estate like once I got too old to be doing photography. And then finally I was just like, well, I'm not to that point yet, but I just really want to do it. I've always thought about it. So, yeah, I think it was just like that curiosity and passion was put into my head pretty early on from watching it on TV, and it looked really fun, and it is.
And you have the artistic eye. Like, you're like a stager at heart.
Yeah, I
like,
really
you either
love
have
design.
it or you don't.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yes.
You have that.
And that ties in like really, I really
It
want to do
does.
that. With,
And we're gonna
like,
we're gonna put you to
We're
work.
gonna put you
here.
to- listen, we're
So
gonna
y'all,
make
if you
you
need
do
a
it.
house stager, you come on over to the 417 Collective.
because we're
We
ready.
got you.
Yeah.
Shibba said, we're going to make you do it.
We've talked about it.
Yeah. I'm excited to do it. I love like
You're-
design, renovation, all that.
Love it.
Yeah.
So for me, to be honest, like, I was in a crossroads from teaching. I mean, at 14 years, and I mean, that's all I ever thought I was going to do. And then having Liam, you know, he was born in the NICU, and we were at St. Louis for a whole month during that process. And I came home, and I remember he had to go to a doctor's appointment, follow up, and my mom had to take him. And side note, it took a lot to get Liam. You know, we struggled for many, many years, and then we had to go the IVF route 5 times to New York. Another story for another day.
gosh.
But so anyway, we got him. So he was like our miracle baby. And for me to not take him to the doctor's office without feeling the guilt of doing sub plans, because there's a real thing there with teaching and, you know, being frowned upon. You have to. They don't want you to miss. You know, I get it. It's your job. They don't want you to miss school teaching your kiddos. So I just was like, I have to do something different. I can't. This is just, I can't. I want to be there more for him. I've never had like a job where you don't go, you know, 9 to 5. It's salary based. I've never been commission based, you know, so this was very scary for me. But anyway, long story short, I was like, I'm going to get my real estate license. I love helping people. So that's my number one passion. I love educating people. I still love to learn. I learn, like I tell you guys all the time, I learn something every transaction. So I think just the love of helping people, the love of having that flexibility. And I do love selling houses, but more so, I think I just love helping people and being there with them the whole process and just educating them, because that's a big part of me. And I just love that. So, and I love the flexibility. It's been fantastic for me and my family. It's been life-changing, 100%. And everyone thought I was crazy. I can't believe you're leaving teaching after so long and you're just going to jump right into it. I mean, and I don't have, you know, we don't have the luxury of having my husband just, you know, take over all the bills. And I mean, I had to work. I said, I have to make this work. And my mom was like, oh, you can always go and sub. I'm like, get out of here. I am not about to sub.
Trust me, you don't wanna do that.
Being a sub is harder than being a teacher sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. But no, I jumped full feet, and it's been amazing. So
And now you're here.
here I am.
So for me, why I got into real estate, I actually, it was a few years ago. So I just reactivated my license. But I was on, I think, my second or third home, like I said earlier, that I was buying. And all of my transactions I had done up until that point, whether it was buying or selling, like the home I had been in or was flipping or whatever, something had came up. Each transaction, like, had a little bump. Like, none of them were normal, I guess you could say. Like all had very weird scenarios or something came up that just doesn't happen in your normal, like everyday today transaction, I feel like. And that's what my agent had said too. So she was like, you've been through a lot already in real estate, so you should get your license. And I was like, I was married to my first husband at that time. And I was like, you know what? I need something to make more money so I can, we were going to get divorced and I needed to make more money so I could support me and my kids. And so literally that night that she said that to me, I went home and signed up for a class. And like you said, like I was going through a divorce. I was a single mom to two very young kids. I had a 6-month-old maybe and a 2.5-year-old. So I had to make money. Like I was doing hair and I'd only ever been self-employed. And so for a little bit I was like, maybe I need a normal like 9-to-5 job. So I went into car sales, which I made decent money, but like never as much as like being self-employed. So I had to go full force into real estate. And in my first year, like within the first month, I had my first listing, which was great. Like it was kind of a slow period. But then I got nervous again with it being commission based. So I went back into car sales and I was like, okay, I'll just kind of slowly do real estate. And then I met my current husband and I put it inactive and now I'm back. So now we're back and everything's
That's all your story.
Yep. It's my whole story. It's kind of crazy, but everything is like slowed down in my life. I feel like we're like just at a good pace. And I'm like, you know what? I loved that. I loved being able to help people. Like I'd been through so many like weird situations that I don't feel like my agent was really there for me and realizing how much that can change something for someone. So I'm like, my husband's in, I guess, the real estate world. He's not a real estate agent. And so I don't know, he just has extra knowledge to add for me. And so he was really supportive. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just at a point where I can do it again and actually have fun.
Yeah, I love it. How has being a mom changed how you advocate for your clients?
I think we can all probably agree on this, but the understanding the need for flexibility. You have a lot of clients, even if they aren't parents, but you have clients that are in all different stages of life, whether they are first-time home buyers or this is their 10th house or, maybe they have no money and they need you to do everything that they can do. You just have to be flexible, not just with time, but, you have to be flexible with how you work with them and, what you say to them and how you advocate for them. And I think that being a mom has really shown me the need for flexibility.
Also, like just being a mom and seeing it as, not that any of us, I think, would have this issue, but instead of just seeing it as a transaction and seeing it as the address of the home they're selling, like looking at it as like, this is a family. This is, somebody, a big moment, a big decision in somebody's life. And kind of just handling it with, like you said, more flexibility, a little bit more grace and understanding and kind of just approaching it like that instead of as a transaction.
All right. So this podcast exists because we believe people deserve honest conversations about life and about real estate. So if you're navigating a season of change, growth, or big decisions, we're so glad you're here. This is just the beginning. So please make sure to follow, subscribe, like, tell a friend, share. We will be here for you every week, and we hope you tune in again.